Alright, so I'm here to tell you that if you don't consistently list, you definitely will lose sales. So today is Tuesday and about to pull our orders, but first tell you about the locker I bought. So I didn't start really till about 1 o'clock this afternoon because I had to take the wife to an appointment. And I get over there and it's stuffed, so I'm trying to make a video. And I forgot to take the packages that I forgot yesterday to the post office. So all the weekend orders that I was supposed to take to the post office yesterday are still in the back of my truck. It was about 5 o'clock, and I went to get in the truck, and I looked in the back seat, and I was like, oops. So 25 packages, I'm probably losing top rated status because they're not getting scanned by the post office within my handling time. So that really sucks. But anyways, let's pull some orders. Before that, I'm gonna be making a video for this locker, and I've been finding some decent stuff in it. So be sure you watch that when I make it, and it's probably gonna be a series of videos. But anyway, let's get to orders. All right, first item is conveniently this Limp Bizkit CD, sold for $7.01. Alright, next up are these things here. So I got these in a locker about the same time I went on managed payments. So I couldn't sell them because they weren't letting people sell coins and bullion. And I just finally am able to sell them again. So I listed them at an auction last week and they sold. So this one here is a 1898 Morgan silver dollar. And it sold at auction for $36.18. So these are 0.5 grams of silver little mini ingots. That's apparently a famous assayer. I think that's how you say it. These are sealed in the plastic, so there's no way to get these out. I sold 4 of these at auction. And I think these went kind of cheap. I probably could have got more for them if I did buy it now. But they sold for $51. Sold another NES game. Let's see, Street Fighter Final Fight for $14.99. That one's probably it. Alright, so another album. This is probably like the 50th Miles Davis album I've sold. So it came from a collection I was able to cherry pick from my guy who buys lockers. Paid him like $800, which included it included 22 Beatle records, and a couple of them were first editions, and did really well with this collection. One record, not Beatles, it was some piano player guy, 6-disc set, sold for $300. That was the best record out of the group. But I've made a ton of money off this collection, and I'm glad he calls me first for a lot of stuff. So just gotta find it. And I still have a lot of Miles Davis records left, but I've sold so many, it's ridiculous. I didn't know he had so many albums. Here it is. This is a 2 LP, and this sold for $24.63. Next up is a Furby. So this came out of a locker a while back. I'm pretty sure it came out of that $90 locker I got. This is something I finally lowered a price on, and it sold for $21.97. Alright, I sold another hammer. This one's a Barco 7-ounce head hammer, so it probably weighs about 10 ounces, which means it's going to cost about $4 or $5 to ship first class, and I sold it for $12.97, so not a really good sale. Alright, next up is this club I sold. This Taylormade Driver. It's dented, just as you can see. This came out of a locker too, and it's also going to California, so not very good. I need to check the picture. That might have got dented in the move. But as you can see, it's pretty beat up. But the handle's in really good shape. So this sold for $22.47, and it's going to California. And I have to Frankenstein a box. So all in all, this is not very good sale. It's probably going to cost $10 to $12 a ship. All right, sold some audio wire. It's a USB-A wire. It's probably, let's see, this one maybe. There it is. So this sold for $19.99, and it should go first class. All right, next up is a movie, Valentine. So probably about 3 years ago, I sold the same movie for I think it was like $30, and then I found it again and listed it and couldn't sell it. So maybe it's on a streaming service now. But it sold for $14.21. All right, so it's been a year and a half now, almost maybe 2 years ago, that I bought a huge collection of somebody's cassette tapes and CDs, and it was all heavy metal and underground metal and mostly metal and punk. And he had them separated and was selling them for stacks, different artists for $10-15, and it was a huge box. I was like, how much for everything? And he said, how's $30? And I'm like, sure. I made a killing off those CDs and cassettes. This is some leftover stuff that I've finally just lowering the price to get it out of here. I dropped this to $9.99, and it sold. Alright, next up is a VHS tape. So I don't have many of these listed at all. And this particular one came out of a storage unit. I don't remember which one. A lot of them blurred together, unless I made a killing. This is in really bad shape. So it's a horror movie. If you find horror movies, look them up. If this was in really good shape, I probably could have got $40 for this. And I've already forgot the price talking to y'all. But I think I sold this for around $15. Alright, next up is another NES game, Batman. You see the picture, it had a big permanent marker stain on the front. So I know I could have got more for it if it wasn't for that, but it sold for $12.99. Let's see, next thing is the other cigarette stuffer thing. I guess that's what they're called. This one was in a lot better condition, but I didn't price it much higher than the other one. These came brand new. The tray and the cord, big whoop. So this one sold for $43.99. And it's just under 2 pounds, so I'll be putting this in our Region A box. It'll go at a 2-pound rate. Alright guys, not a bad day of sales for not listing anything in a few days. I really need to hire some help. I'm just kind of nervous to hire somebody I don't know still, and everybody I know just there's nobody I really know that would want to do this or can do this. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow, which will be right now for you. Hey guys, today's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock at night. Luckily, this locker I have 10 till 10 o'clock access, but I'm getting ready to pull orders. If anybody ever told you that buying lockers is easy money, they're lying to you. I've been working on that most of the day. I had to go to a doctor appointment and help out my sister-in-law pick up a barbecue grill for her boyfriend. So that's where we're at. I also took a load to the auction house. So that's why I'm here so late, because nothing's close by. And yeah, I think I have 10 orders to pull. So let's get them pulled. All right, the first thing I sold is these brass elephants. And I say elephants because where do I put that thing? Because they are mating brass elephants. So I sold this for $26.99, and I have so many jokes for this right now, but I will refrain. Next up is a book, paperback. Pretty sure it's over here, yeah. So I got this with the record deal. It was just asked if I could throw it in, if he wanted it, or if I could just have it, and it wasn't worth a lot, and he said sure. So I got this book sold for $12.46. So next up, I sold a part to action figure Masters of the Universe. For Fisto, I sold his fist hand. I'm pretty sure it's in here. It's sold. I'll show you. I'll tell you when I get it. Sold a Lionel thingy. This house right here for $39.99. It's not that heavy, so it won't be too terrible in cost to ship. Next up is a pair of shoes. Cleats, actually, I got at Crazy Caz Boys. It's one of these New Balance Toledos. That's the size 10 one. $11. Oh, it's actually not even these. Those are version 2s. I sold the version 5. Okay. Sold some Pampered Chef bowls. Wooden bowls. Here they are. For $22.99. These came out of a locker, and I don't remember which one. I sold a lot of books. 13 mostly softcover books by our author named Gwen Hunter. So these are all autographed by her, and I sold these for $29.99 to somebody named Gwen. Next up is a Toy Story 2 Woody's hat. So somebody has Woody and no hat, so they bought the replacement hat. Sold for $10.97. Had this for a while. This actually came out of my first locker, that $90 unit. I sold an album in the R's, so it's not a lot here, so it should be quick. An artist named Rasand Roland. I'm pretty sure it's jazz. Here it is. Sold for $21.97. It's obviously jazz, all those saxophones. Next up is another pair of shoes. This time it's a pair of shoes I got at Crazy Caz Boys again. One of these pairs of FootJoys. The 8.5, that's 7.5. There we go. Sold this pair for $52.99. Alright, y'all, if you're enjoying the content, I'd appreciate you hitting the like button or subscribe. It'd be great. Pretty tired. This is a tough business sometimes, but I love every minute of it. So, with that said, there's still going to be a couple more days here, videos for this one, even though I haven't released what sold over the weekend video. Just been working too late. I'm not going to spend hours on YouTube after I get home at 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Anyway, enough rambling. I'll see you here in a couple seconds for you. Bye. Hey guys, today is Thursday, and let's pull some orders. So I'm gonna show this a little different because I was in the doctor's office yesterday afternoon, and this morning I had an abscess on my left bicep, like right above the elbow, and they couldn't even cut it out today. They just drained it, so I'm in a lot of pain. Um, the the numbing agent is worn off, and I haven't taken any pain meds yet because I'm driving and packing orders. So, sorry, not much going on today other than that. So I'm gonna pull the orders and put them on the table here and then show you because I can't hold my phone with my left hand up. So, and I obviously can't pick up stuff with my left hand. I mean, I can, but it's painful, and I'd rather not be in pain. So, here, let me show you. Just it's bandaged. And so I keep looking on the right side here because I'm used to the phone being in my left hand because the lens is right there. Anyway, let me pull these orders. All right, here we go. This is a Derek Jeter card. I just sold this one for $23.99. I paid $10 for it for my guy. I originally thought it was a $35 card, but it wasn't. So that look doesn't. It's not damaged. It's just the penny sleeve is damaged. I'm gonna put it in a new penny sleeve, then a top loader, and then bubble mailer. So this is one of those Fenton pieces that I got for $3 a piece, and this sold for $27.99, free shipping. So I calculate shipping into the price of everything. So this was probably an $18 or $20 bill that people had selling with shipping, or they were all selling at auctions for like $10 plus shipping. So usually buy it now, let's go higher in auctions. So I listed it how I listed it. There's a Led Zeppelin album. This sold for $23.99, I think. I don't remember already, forgot. But the condition, so the cover's in pretty beat up shape, and the album had some issues with it. So that'd be a lot more expensive record. So this came out of a locker I paid $400 for, and I'm already in the profit because of these albums. Next, that tube there, I'm trying to hide the other things that are on the right of the screen, is a Beatles poster. So it's not vintage. I paid $1 for it, and it sold for $12.97. Next are these two Bun Man stickers. So the same person bought these. That's the last Bun Man on a skateboard. Total came out to a little over $21 for those two. And then we got another Miles Davis record. This one sold for $29.99. It came from my guy. He let me cherry pick a record he got the collection he got out of a storage unit, and it was a very good collection. And not finally, but the last piece I can show you here is these Oakley Sunglasses. So this came out of the same unit where I got all those records. And apparently this is a rare translucent like gray color, and you can see they're used, there's scratches and wear. The lenses are in pretty good shape there. I sent out an offer for $150 at a price for $179, and somebody bought them. That's a great find. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show you on the screen here, it's in the other locker. So I sold another Ethan Allen piece. So it's a set of 6 chairs. I had priced for $15.99, and the buyer asked if they could just buy 4 of the chairs. So they didn't want the captain's chairs; they just needed 4 chairs, and I agreed to it. So I said I'd do $900 for the 4 chairs plus $300 shipping, and they agreed to that. So since it's in the messages, I'm pretty positive I'm protected for seller protection there for if they've tried to claim it's not as described. Since we both agreed to it and confirmed. So I'm getting through going to have them shipped through UShip, and they're going to Florida. So I charged $300 for shipping, and it's probably going to cost $200. So I made $1,000. Now I got that table and chair set in Charlotte. I drove up there probably I can't remember. It was before COVID was really a big deal, so it was still warm, so it was probably I don't know, September probably, or October of 2019. So it does, some of this Ethan Allen stuff is slow sellers, but I filled up my trailer with Ethan Allen furniture. I made a whole day trip going to Charlotte, and spent probably 50, I don't remember because it's been so long ago, but between $1,500 and $2,000, and filled my trailer up with Ethan Allen furniture from like 4 or 5 different sellers, and have way made my money back already. So this is all profit, and I still have the table, and I'm gonna relist the captain's chairs. I'm thinking $500 probably plus 200 shipping for those chairs by themselves. So it was a great deal. I haven't really looked for any other furniture lately, just because I've been involved with moving storage units and moving my house and all that stuff I've all explained before, moving my whole business. So I haven't really been keeping an eye out. But I kind of want to get out of it, but dang, how can you turn down that much money? But anyway, I've rambled on too long, and I'll see you in the next. Alright guys, how's it going? It's Friday, and I got about 5 orders to pull. So my hand still hurts, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull them. My arm still hurts. So I'm just going to pull these orders real quick, put them on the table, and tell you how much I paid for them, and how much they sold for. Alright, so if it wasn't for selling those 4 Ethan Allen chairs yesterday's sales would have totally sucked. So I sold this reel. It's a Ryobi SX5. It's pretty beat up. Got it for $6 at a consignment store, and it sold for $22. It'd be worth more if it was in really good shape. Got this brass elephant with that other elephant you remember seeing. This one sold for $17.79. This was from a huge lot I got a couple years ago. I got 3 or 4 totes full of movies that were all in sets, DVD series and stuff. So for $100, and I made a killing off of those. This is just some leftovers. This sold for $8.89. And this pen is an 8-ball pen. It's vintage Firestone. It sold for it's a mechanical pencil, by the way. I don't think I said pen, but it sold for $11.79. And this camera is leftovers from that tote I bought. The only problem is I did a rookie mistake and left the batteries in the compartment. So this has been sitting out in a non-environmentally controlled metal building for a year and a half. Yeah, so I'm canceling this order. It's damaged, so I'm definitely probably losing top rated status. Yeah, even if those packages don't show up as late, but it was in here. I guess that's why I never saw it. But this sold for $17.79. Santa offers, so that stinks. All right, so I'm here to tell you that if you don't consistently list, you definitely will lose sales. So I didn't list at all last week. I had a problem with my arm. I had one at locker that I hadn't won in a while, so still trying to get into routine with that because I'm in a new place, so it's all new. So I didn't get to listing, and it really showed over the weekend. So I have 6 items that I sold, probably for less. I didn't look at the dollar amount, but it's probably less than $150 total for the whole weekend. I usually do between 25 and 35 listings for $800 to $1,500. So if you don't list, that's what happens. Hey guys, today's Monday. I only have 6 orders to pull from the weekend, which is pretty bad. So before we get into that, let me show you a couple things I've done around here. So I bought these prints off eBay a couple weeks ago. They're all signed by the artist. I'm a big Walking Dead fan, so I wanted to get some Walking Dead prints up. These were all at auction from the same seller, and I was the only bidder, so I got each one for $10 a piece. I think it's really good price. I'm hoping it's a good price. I don't know. I just liked them, so I don't care if it's not. But that's artist signed Tom Moore. But yeah, that's cool. Also, I decided I'm just gonna send all these Barbies to the auction house and get what I can get for them. Same with those lamps, and this was reject stuff that I'm not listing. So that will probably go out not this week, but next, because this week is their bidding week. So they still do silent auctions from COVID because he says they do better this way. They make more money, so sellers make more money. So they haven't switched back to regular auctions yet, and so I'll take that up there next week along with probably a bunch of other stuff. Alright, first up is a lot of Pokemon cards. Alright, here they are. It actually was the very first pack, not the last pack. So you can see these, when I priced these all out like 6 months or longer ago, that's how much each card was worth individually. So I'd say they got a good deal, $12.99 free shipping. And it says auction $9.99 because that's what I initially did, and it didn't sell. So all right, next up is this Panasonic RQ331 cassette recorder. So this was on a film, probably one of my first ones. I got this, I know where I got this, I can't think of it. Like an estate sale, I paid like $10, and it sold for $69.99. Alright, next up is a Fenton bird. Actually, two birds. So I sold this bird on eBay for $32. And this red one here on Mercari, which is like my only sale on Mercari. I have like 3 things over there. So it was 4, so I sold this for $29. Right, next up is our Irvin adjustable pipe wrench. Pretty sure it's in this box. This was in a bunch of tools that I got at my favorite estate sale company, where I just basically filled up 12 totes in my truck, and they just gave me a big bulk price of like, it was like $400 for that one. Well into the profit. So I just gotta find this thing. It's not in there. Here it is. It was in a bin where it just have odd and stuff. So this is $24.97 free shipping, and it should fit in a padded flat rate. Next up is an A8. It's this this Amazon Fire Stick. Sold for $19.99 free shipping. Alright, next up is a Monster High thingamabob. Pretty sure it's that right there. So this was in a locker I paid like $600 for, and I paid up for this locker because you could see some Xbox limited edition boxes in the background. So it's a learning lesson. I lost. That's like the only locker I've lost on. What saved me a little bit was there was a tote of Monster High dolls, like one of the big totes, and it was all first edition dolls. They were loose though, so I sold those in a big lot, and they went for over $300. So that kind of saved me. I basically broke even, not counting what I paid for labor and gas and all that stuff. So that's why I lost on it. This thing's kind of tall, and it only sold for $24.61, and it's going to the West Coast, so it's probably going to cost that to ship it there. It's not heavy, it's just big. So hopefully, maybe I can take this apart. No. My sales for the weekend, not very good. At least I had some sales, I guess. This is probably going to cost $20 to mail. I mean, it's coming in about 2.2 pounds, 10 ounces. I cut the box down even. That's the only box I can find that'll fit. But yeah, it's going to Nevada, so it's definitely going to go the FedEx route. Anyway, I wish eBay would make it to where you can charge shipping for different zones. So like I do free shipping on almost everything because you get more buyers that way. Maybe not more sales, but there's a lot of people that sort for just free shipping on eBay. So that's why I do free shipping. A lot of people don't agree with it, but you know, that do you, I do me. And yeah. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm only going to be doing these weekly now because now that I'm buying lockers, I can get out a lot more content with the lockers and instead of doing these twice a week. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and see you next time. Bye.